must be wondering what a YPI stands for. A YPI stands for Youth Philanthropy Initiative. YPI grants hundreds of thousands of dollars to community-based social service charities each year. 100% decided by thousands of high school students in our school-based philanthropy project. So you might be wondering how much it costs. Let me tell you, it's expensive. I'm kidding. It costs nothing. YPI is offered free of charge to secondary schools with one major enrollment requirement. It must be available to all students across the grade level as a marked project with any other course. So you might think to yourself, why YPI? Well, you would think that teenagers only care about YouTube and Snapchat. Hold on 1 second, I need to send streaks. Doing YPI project again. No. Ask any YPI student and they'll tell you that helping others really matters to them. Young people have tons of energy, they just need the right opportunity to put that energy to work. Here's a question. What do people in students' local community really need? YPI doesn't tell young people the answer to this question. It empowers them to find it for themselves.
Hi, my name is Now. We chose our charity, and our charity is called Children's Aid Foundation. Why we chose Children's Foundation is because we wanted to talk more about how shelters help us youth and give us homes. Children's Aid Foundation opened in 1979. They were founded by one of their largest partner, Children's Aid Society of Toronto. But was started by a group of philanthropists who wanted to help young people and by funding to get them off the streets and help them in and out of the childcare system. So how many people Children's Aid Foundation serve about each year is about 24,000 youths across the country of Canada. Children's Aid Foundation also hosts events that their biggest event will be their gala that will happen in November, which will be at the Metro Toronto Convention Center. This will be their 32nd year and will be one of their longest events all around Toronto. They'll raise about $1.3 million to help raise funds and stuff like that for us youth.
Good morning, Jess speaking.
Hello, my name is Victoria and I'm a student of St. Mary's Catholic Academy. We have a YPI project about charities and the charity winner of this project will receive $5,000 from the Toscan Casale Foundation. Are you interested?
Sure, that would be great. We've met with many student groups. When were you hoping to come in?
What about on Monday?
Sure. 3 o'clock, does that work for you?
Our school ends at 2:45 and
we're at Lawrence Spadina. Do you know how long it'll take you to get here?
I think it'll take about 20 minutes.
Okay. So do you want to say 3:30 then? Does that work?
Yes.
Perfect. And you said what school are you guys coming from?
St. Mary's Catholic Academy.
St. Mary's Catholic Academy. And what was your name?
Victoria.
Victoria. Great. So I will see you guys on Monday.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, Victoria.
Bye.
We're going to the Children's Aid Foundation for our YPI
Tommy's
assignment.
here in the back. So yeah.
So come along on this adventure. We're at Dufferin Station right now, and right now we're gonna go all the way to Spadina to Children's Aid Foundation. Am I right, Mary Kate?
Yeah.
Am I right, Victoria?
I didn't hear what you said.
Okay.
So why was the charity started?
So Children's Aid Foundation of Canada was started back in 1979. We were founded by what's still our largest agency partner, Children's Aid Society of Toronto. So there was a need that was recognized, and I believe it was started by a group of philanthropists who wanted to be able to raise additional funds to help young people who are in the child welfare system and transitioning out of the system, to help bridge the gap between what's really needed and what they're able to receive from government funding.
When do children get out of, what is there a certain age?
It sort of depends on the province. So it's typically 18 or 19. Child welfare is governed provincially, so in every province there's some different sort of legislation and things around child welfare. But yeah, around that age. So just as young people are leaving high school, going to post-secondary school, so as you can imagine, it's already a really sort of turbulent time. So when you layer on having to leave a foster home that you've been in and leave that stability and leave that support to all of a sudden living totally on your own, it can be really challenging.
How many people do you serve, on a daily basis?
I can tell you on a yearly basis. I think a daily basis would be hard to say, but last year was about 24,000 children and youth across the country. Yeah, which is very exciting, but of course we're always striving to raise more money so that we can support even more.
Do you have any funding from the government?
We don't, no. So all of our funding comes from individual donors, so individual people or organizations or other foundations.
What kind of events do you guys do?
Sure, so we have a couple of signature events. Our biggest event would be our gala that happens in November. So that happens at the Metro Toronto Convention Centre. I believe it's going into our 32nd year now, so it's a very long-standing event, one of the longest-standing galas in Toronto. And it typically raises in the ballpark of $1.3 million, so it's very exciting for us. Yeah.
Do you see a difference in children when you take them in and then once they leave the system?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's something that probably without question would be more suited to a Children's Aid Society than necessarily to the work that I'm doing in fundraising. But again, if you take a look at those young people in profile series, if you start reading through, you'll see some of the youth talk about some of their early experiences and sort of how traumatic they are, and then the journey that they go through and what they have to overcome and how they feel kind of coming out later on as a young adult. So yeah, I'm sure in many cases it's really quite an experience, and people are different from when they went in as a young child to when they're coming out later.
This is our last question. Yeah. If you win the YPI project, how would you spend the $5,000?
Yeah. So typically, our strong preference is to keep funds undirected so that they can be used for the highest priority needs that the organization has. And something that we've launched just recently is called Stand Up for Kids. So you might see that on our website as well. I can leave this with you. So basically, it's a movement to be able to support more young people across the country. So we're asking people to sign our pledge to say that, yes, I want to stand up for kids also, because it's unfair that young people in Canada, so many young people in Canada, right now I think it's 67,000 children and youth are in care. So they've experienced either abuse, neglect, or abandonment, and they have so many challenges to overcome that a lot of their peers just don't have. So we're asking Canadians to sign the pledge to say, yes, I want to stand up for those kids. We're also asking people to become a donor, sort of in support of the Stand Up for Kids movement, and then also to become community allies and do things within their own communities to help stand up for kids. So actually what you guys are doing here today is a way of standing up for kids, because you're becoming more informed and you're helping to raise awareness by passing the information on to your classmates, which is really exciting. So going back to your question, if we had the $5,000, we would probably want to be able to put it towards Stand Up for Kids, which is this great movement of helping to sort of galvanize change for all these young people who experience abuse, neglect, and abandonment across the country. So the main thing of Stand Up for Kids is allowing the organization to direct funds where they are most needed. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Being able to represent the Children's Aid Foundation in this youth philanthropy initiative, we were able to understand and figure out ways we as youth can prevent how children in today's society are being treated. In addition to having the opportunity and honor to represent the Children's Aid Foundation in this Youth Philanthropy Initiative project, we not only mature as adolescents, but we become individuals who are able to show gratitude and compassion towards others. As once said by the famous American author Neil Donald Walsh, the struggle ends when gratitude begins.
So, adding on to what Victoria said, just the fact that we're making this video right now means that we're fortunate enough to have the opportunity to reach out and really help youth that need our help. We truly believe that we can do this through donating to the Children's Aid Foundation. Right now, there are around 67,000 Canadian children living in permanent care with either foster families, extended family, or in group homes. And around 235,000 children and youth have experienced or are at risk of experiencing abuse or neglect. To be honest, these numbers that I listed aren't even the right numbers. The real numbers are probably even higher. These numbers only reflect the cases that were reported. There are many other cases that go on that no one else knows about. I read somewhere that the Director of Research at Charity Intelligence Canada, Greg Thompson, said that helping children in need can change the course of the rest of their lives. And through this proposal video, we're showing that we have the potential to do so. So, we really thank you for listening and we hope you consider our charity.